All right, this is Jason Tolbert, and I'm here with Representative Garner, and you filed the first bill of the 2011 session. Tell me a little bit about what bill you filed.
Well, I filed the bill identical to the bill of the last session to eliminate the capital gains tax on new Arkansas investments. And I was actually surprised that it was the first bill filed because, quite frankly, it was on my to-do list for the day, and I came in shortly after 10 o'clock, and I thought they opened the window at 8, but turns out I was the first bill filed, so that's fine. It gets extra attention to a really important issue.
Well, tell me a little bit. I know you've talked a lot about this issue the past year. Tell me a little bit about why this is such an important issue to you personally.
Well, I think what I understood, the number one issue in the last election cycle and during this economic cycle is about jobs in Arkansas, and this was something that I've looked at for years, is the non-competitive nature of Arkansas's tax code with surrounding states when it comes to attracting new industry and retaining capital investment in the state to grow private sector jobs. And from day one, since I entered the legislature, the information that we have as far as what the timeline for Arkansas is in terms of the demands for social services, et cetera, we are behind the curve. And if we don't create private sector jobs, then our ability to maintain services in the state will deteriorate at a rapid rate. And so we really, I mean, just beyond that, just the need to create freedom of people to make choices about their life by earning their own paycheck and making decisions about what to do with that is enhanced, and Arkansas needs to move forward in that direction. And quite frankly, economically, I feel like Arkansas is in a position to come out of the recession now ahead of the surrounding states because we do balance our budget, and we have a chance to become the most attractive place for business to grow and locate, and better livelihood, better lifestyle for the citizens of the state. But that's
right.
via private job growth. So this is the biggest bang for the buck, if it even costs anything at all. I maintain it may not cost us anything at all in terms of state budget because of how this bill.
I know that's actually one of the points made last session. I know it got stalled in the Senate side. It got through the House, got stalled in the Senate committee. They pointed to, I think they had an impact study of $42 million and just said that we couldn't afford it. Well, have you done an impact study on this bill, or do you imagine that'll be about the same? Or what do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think it'll be a lot different. I mean, considering the environment last time, the bill came towards the end of the session in a glut of bills. There's really not much time to research it. I did get the methodology from the FNA about how did you come up with this number, because we disagreed dramatically about what it would cost, if anything at all. And to sum up their methodology was basically to say that half of the capital gains tax revenue would be lost by this bill in the first year, and that just doesn't seem to make a great deal of sense. A capital investment, the average life of capital investment creates jobs, et cetera, is more than a year and a day. And so to say that half of all of the investments that were made under this bill would be sold at a profit to cost the state $42 million in revenue didn't make sense. And when you looked at what capital investments would have to be made and what return on those investments would have to be gained to generate that kind of tax, one of the examples that I put forth, it would be like having 137 LM glass fibers around the state created, the jobs created, and sold at a profit, 10% profit in 1 year. It's just not a feasible number. And in their defense, we're coming back at the start of the session, and we've got several areas to look at in terms of how do we model this. I mean, what is the impact of this kind of eliminated tax? And it is that jobs are created before any of these capital investments are sold. So you have an income tax revenue, and none of that was taken into account in the impact statement. The real impact is not as much the fiscal impact as it is, even though that's important because we have to balance our budget. But the real impact is this is the most stimulating thing that we can do to private sector job growth, is to make us compete. We compete with states that either have no capital gains cut or have exempted capital gains tax. I said cut, I meant tax. They either have none because they have no income tax, or they have exempted capital gains tax on their in-state investment. So we're at a competitive disadvantage.
Well, we'll certainly be watching this bill. Do you think you'll have more success this time around?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think certainly we have a better political climate for it. We're gonna work. DFNA has offered to work with us on getting a better impact statement, more factual. We want to bring in Arkansas economic development people. We want to bring in Dr. Michael Packo from UALR, and that was offered during testimony, interim study by DFNA, that this is someone that can begin to look at other aspects of this. We're going to have our facts better about this, and so I'm very optimistic about passage of this bill this time.
Great. Well, thank you for your time, Ed.
You bet. Thank you, Jason.